I'm kind of nervous for this. Oh boy. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is still me, Kiara here. I got new hair and new things going on in my life. So naturally, it is time for a life update. We are here in my bedroom, gonna spill all the tea. Maybe this is just this stage of life. I think it really is. An early 20s thing where you just don't know what's really happening and things are changing so rapidly. Our first question, let's start with how have I been doing lately? Thank you so much for caring and asking. I've actually been doing really well. I'm kind of coming off of what was like a very intense ski season, had my whole routine, if you can call it a routine, because my schedule was really crazy, and transitioning to this like next stage of my life. So there are a lot of things changing. I'm just trying to like live in the moment and enjoy what I have going on now because I know my life is going to look very different. Overall, I'm doing really well. I'm very grateful to have friends in the area. Oregon is gorgeous right now. So life is good. What do you want the next year to look like? Ideally, I want to do two things. One, I want to like really hardcore prepare for nursing school and get myself set up so that I can apply again and be a candidate, have a good chance, get into school, obviously. But number two is I really just want to enjoy time at home with my family and friends, and so many things are changing in all of the people I care about and love's lives. So I just want to enjoy what feels normal to me, still do things that make me happy. How sad am I that ski season is over? So ski season is semi-over, but for me, it's not quite over. So I am still coaching a little bit. Obviously, it's not as intense of a coaching schedule as I was on with two different teams. So I'm just coaching different camps right now. I have actually been able to ski every single week still, and I will be coaching this summer as well. That'll be fun. That's definitely one of the perks about living in Oregon is you can ski all year round. It's one of the few places in the entire world that you can do that and ski in the summertime. Do I work out every single day? Right now I am working out every other day, which is really good and exciting for me because I have not been on such a good schedule like that for a really long time. Like usually I work out pretty intensely during ski season, and then once it's over, like I stop working out. Sometimes it's not perfect. Like if I do something active or work out 2 days in a row, I'll give myself like a day or two off. I am trying to get in really good shape, especially for the summertime, and I want to just build up my endurance. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Am I planning on moving to a new apartment after this year? I have decided that I am not renewing my lease at this apartment, and I am actually moving back in with my parents. Dun-dun-dun. Okay, so here's basically what's going through my mind, what helped me make the decision. This apartment is really beautiful and I love living here. Been very happy, but it is so expensive, and I actually got 3 months free at the beginning of my lease. Once I pay for utilities and everything, it's pretty much $2,000 a month. However, I got those 3 months free at the beginning, so it all evened out to be a fairly good deal, if you will. So that's kind of how I justified it, but I knew I was gonna run into this situation. I hate spending this amount of money on rent when in the summertime I feel like I am just as happy at my parents' house. Staying there allows me to use the boat because I have to be living at home to be able to have access to like use it by myself. I just got my license last summer and I feel like I didn't quite get the opportunity to like take all my friends on a boat ride because it was COVID and I had a very, very small, tight bubble. But this year, all of my friends are vaccinated. Things are obviously looking up, and I would love to be able to share the beauty of being on the lake in the summer with my friends. It makes so much financial sense for me to try to get either a couple months ahead in rent or save money for nursing school, which is definitely this burden that is just weighing on me. I am so lucky to have parents that said, come back into your childhood bedroom with no windows and we're gonna make it work. So I am moving out at the end of June. I got 2 months left in this apartment, so if there are any videos you guys want to see, comment them down below. I obviously will be filming a lot of stuff here, and I will be filming my whole moving process of me getting a storage unit, trying to downsize my stuff, cleaning out my childhood bedroom so that I can move stuff back into it. Even these past couple days, a lot of the time I'll just spend in my bedroom sitting in my bed when I could be outside in my own backyard, which just sounds so nice. So I think it makes a lot of sense. There's also a lot of unknowns about whether or not I could sign a year-long lease. My building said that they were gonna raise my rent $50 if I signed a year-long lease, which at this point I don't think I can do because I'm still waiting for some other things in my life to be figured out, and I don't know if I will be here for a year. And if I go month to month, they raise my rent $200 a month, and there's no special re-signing deals, no 2 months free, 1 month free, none of that. There's a lot of apartments that maybe I could get at a more affordable rate. My plan right now is to move home in the summertime, live at my parents for a couple months, And then if I decide I am staying in Oregon for another year, then I will re-sign a lease at a new apartment building, hopefully get a semi-good deal, and we will move again. Although I'm not excited about moving, I don't enjoy it as much as it's fun for you guys to watch the moving process. It's a lot of work and I'm not excited about that. I think it's the smartest financial decision. So that is the tea on my apartment. That was a long response. Do I have any plans to vacation / travel anywhere this summer? So yes, I'm starting to make some plans, if you will. Obviously, COVID permitting. I want to be really safe and smart. You guys know I have like locked it down, probably been one of the safest people in terms of, you know, making appropriate decisions. But I am thinking about potentially going to LA this summer to visit my friend Emma, and I have so many friends down there, as well as my uncle, so that is part of the plan. And I'm also thinking about going to Tennessee for T1's graduation. She's graduating nursing school at the end of August. COVID permitting, I'm a little nervous to go there. We will see what happens. So I'm thinking about things, yes. How has my life been living in Portland during the pandemic? A part of me feels like living here, I have kind of missed out on fully experiencing the Portland life. The good news is my parents' house isn't that far away from Portland, so I'm still gonna be able to experience it and get out a little bit more, but for the most part, things were shut down, so it was just like takeout. I was busy skiing, but then again, I've also like grown up here my whole life, so I've experienced parts of it, but just not as an adult. I think I have the rest of my life to do that, so I'm not really worried about like being behind or not taking advantage of living in the city. Obviously, this is where I want to end up. I love the city. What is my favorite / least favorite part about the apartment? My favorite part is the location. I love that it's so safe, and definitely the furnishings and the way I have it set up makes me really happy. My least favorite part about my apartment is I have people who smoke next door to me, and this is a non-smoking building. I've complained about it, everyone's complained about it, but sometimes our hallway smells like cigarette smoke, sometimes it comes into my apartment. I think it's really frustrating. So that's pretty annoying. And just the price to live here and having to pay so much for these like random utilities that I've never heard of. Like, why do I have to pay $20 a month for common area electricity? Actually, I think it's $25 a month for common area electricity. Oh, here we go. I got like 4 in a row. Are you planning to work as a CNA this year? Are you gonna get a job as a CNA? Lots of CNA questions. So the CNA deal, another announcement that I have is I am actually getting my CNA 2 license. I'm starting my CNA 2 program in 2 weeks. I started in May and I should be done in the middle of June. If you guys watched my figuring out my 12-month plan, you'll see all the different things that I had up on there. So that is part of my 12-month plan to get my CNA 2 license. So hopefully I can work in a hospital setting. I don't know what that means in terms of how soon I will be working as a CNA. I might not work like all summer and start a position late summer, early fall. But yes, I am planning to eventually work as a CNA, but I want to get my CNA 2 license and I have to go through my program. Have I gotten used to living alone? Do I have any fears? I definitely have gotten used to living alone. I've gotten pretty good at it. I don't think I have any fears. I feel very safe here and I feel like I can figure things out. Has Doug considered a YouTube channel? Because I think it needs to happen. Doug has considered a YouTube channel. I have considered actually running it for him. It sounds like kind of a lot of work. My dad loves to talk, as do I. So there would be a lot of editing, but stay tuned because I think you're gonna be really excited to see some content that Doug and I obviously will be filming together a lot more because I will be living with him again. He has some fun projects. He's spent like 2 years building this trailer camper van that he wants to do a video about. So there will be Doug content and I have some ideas of things that I want to film with him. Stay tuned. What happened with nursing school? I haven't really given an update. I basically have heard back from all of the schools that I have applied to besides one that I'm going to apply to. So I have one more school that I'm applying to in the middle of June, and that is basically why I don't know if I will be in Oregon or not. I got a lot of questions of, are you staying in Oregon? Are you leaving? I have my list already made for next round of nursing schools that I'm going to apply to, but I'm waiting on this one more school. I don't think I'm going to get in. I think it's going to be the same as all the other ones. I did end up getting waitlisted at one school, so I am also on the wait list for a school, which is exciting. I don't think I'm going to get off the wait list, but it did give me hope. Like I've said in previous videos, I am filming a lot of this nursing journey behind the scenes, so one day you guys will see it. Stay tuned. How much does it actually cost to live on your own? Looking to move out soon and I want to plan. I think I should should make a whole video about this because it's too hard for me to just spitball a number, but I definitely want to make some like how much I spend videos, and maybe some of you guys will understand also then why I'm moving in with my parents, because a lot of money is spent on living on your own. What happened with my ski bag? Nothing ever ended up happening to it in terms of getting any of my stuff back. We haven't been able to find it, but my renter's insurance did end up covering the cost of all of the different pieces that were stolen from me. So I have since reordered almost everything, a lot of things. Today I received a check in the mail for almost $1,700. I had to pay a $500 deductible, so I didn't get $500 of the value of what was stolen from me. And then another positive thing happened. Oh, Katie's calling me. Hello?
Hi.
That was so fast.
It wasn't what anybody thought today was supposed to be.
Oh, good. Oh, bad.
Bad, but fine. Manager?
That's Katie and I as usual whenever we have a free second to call each other. I forget where I was, but ski bag. Oh, I remember. Some really nice Portland person mailed me my car insurance that I keep in this little like pack. I had no idea it was even taken from me, but it had my address on it, and they mailed it to me with a card. It was so nice, so I think I'm gonna mail them like a gift card back or something, because I just think people should be rewarded for being good citizens. And overall, the experience has been more positive than it was initially when I found out that my car got broken into. I get this question a lot, so I'm gonna answer this. Have I ever considered another profession such as PA school, medical school? I got a lot of questions. Why don't you just go to medical school? Sometimes this question fires me up, but I know it comes from a good place, and I think it's so flattering that people think like, oh, she's smart, she should just go to medical school. Like, it's so easy. Nursing school for me wasn't like a, oh, I'm gonna be a nurse because I am not smart enough to be a doctor. I wanted to get into nursing because I want to be more hands-on with the patients. I don't want to give up a decade of my life to go to school to become a doctor when I feel like I could do the same exact thing as a nurse. And I love the flexibility that nursing provides. I love the ability to go from the bedside to not at the bedside to teaching, and there's so many different opportunities. When you're a doctor, you're kind of in your specialty and that's it. I briefly considered PA, but there was a handful of reasons why it just like wasn't for me, and I really wanted to go on the nursing track. So that is why I'm doing it. Actually, comment this down below because I'm really curious. I know a lot of you guys are in the medical field. What was your reasoning for choosing the profession you did? I think it's so interesting to ask people. For me, a big reason was the time commitment, the money of going to school, me not wanting to be a doctor, like me knowing that I could use my skills the same way as a nurse. And a lot of my friends had talked to doctors and asked them if they were to go back, if they would go through medical school again, and a lot of them said no. So that to me was like a huge red flag, and I just wasn't into it. I love medicine, I love helping people, but I still want to have my own life, and I love that nursing provides a semi-good work-life balance. Would I date someone younger than me? Potentially. I obviously am not that picky right now. Like if you were to ask me that right now, I probably would only go like a year younger than me, just because I think older guys are like more mature, especially because I'm only 1 year out post-grad. That means they're still in college. I'm not trying to date a frat dude right now, but when they grow up, the age doesn't really matter so much, you know? How do I manage my money so well? All I want to do is spend. I'm not perfect at this. I definitely spend my money as well, and every time I have to pay my credit card bills, I'm like, how did I spend that much? But I will say that I have adapted the mindset to live like you have no money. When you ever have to make a decision of, do you get the matcha, do you not? You're poor. You don't get the drink. You don't get the appetizer. The only time I actually treat myself to like drinks or food that's extra fancy is when I'm with friends. And that's probably why I end up spending a lot of money, is because eating with friends is such a social part of my life. I try to save money in some areas and then I'll spend in others, and I know it's like a give and take. When am I going to the Justin Bieber concert with T1? Whenever he's coming back. I don't know. I have to, that's a complicated question. The concept of going to like an indoor concert in the Moda Center is like a lot for me to process. I guess I'm vaccinated. It's only been a year and I still have a really hard time fathoming an event that large with that many people on. And am I gonna like belt Justin Bieber through my mask? Like, is that the experience that I want? I don't know. So I'll get back to you on that one. Was it hard moving out after college and getting your own place even though it is so close? It actually wasn't very hard. I was so used to being in this area and living on my own, especially living in an apartment in college, that it felt so normal and I was very excited. I think the hardest part for me was learning to cook for just one person. What are you doing right now? As in, you're not in nursing school, but you're not in college. I am actually in college again. Student life is back. I'm going through my CNA 2 class next month, starting it, and I actually am in school. I'm taking a single class. You guys will hear more about why I'm taking it, what I'm taking in, I think, the next video. Make sure your post notifications are on. I am taking some more classes, and the other thing that I am doing is I'm volunteering at a hospital. I guess I announced this in my last video, but it is official. I just picked up my badge today. So that's another thing that I'm going to be doing with my time, and that's also why my schedule is looking kind of crazy for the summer already, between volunteering, YouTube, ski coaching, my travel plans, that I'm like, I'm not sure if I can immediately start working as a CNA, but I'm getting my certification and all this stuff prepped and ready to go so that I can work whenever it works for my schedule. Am I naturally slim, or is it due to my healthy eating and workouts? Yes, I am naturally slim. I've been lucky enough to have a fast metabolism probably my entire life. Yes, I do eat healthy, and yes, I do work out. I'm not perfect. Like anything in life, it's a nature and nurture combination. I eat chips and junk food. I would say I naturally gravitate, and ever since I was young, have always liked healthier food options. What are things that I'm not taking for granted anymore? That is a really good question. Definitely being able to hang out with people, give them a hug. If they do a huge in-person graduation walk at University of Oregon for class of 2020, 2021, and 2022, would I go? I kind of want to go, like, as a joke. I'm definitely over it. Like, I don't feel quite attached to college. Part of me still wants to have the experience, so I would maybe try to go, but I feel like no one would go with me. Oh my god, where do I see myself in 10 years and 20 years? I can't answer those questions, you guys. I just want to be happy. Kids, married, maybe? I don't know. What am I most looking forward to for summer of 2021? I'm so looking forward to just being able to go on the boat and like spend time with the people who I care about. What is something that I have achieved in 2021 that I am proud of? That is a really good question. Thank you, Christina, for asking that. There's a lot of places we could go here. The first thing that comes to my mind is the ski coaching thing. For some reason, I felt like I wasn't good enough to be able to do that and to help my team. I wouldn't fit in, or I'd really struggle with that job, but I'm so proud of all of the things I had to overcome and deal with. I'm really proud of pushing myself a little bit out of my comfort zone to do it, because I knew I wanted it more than anything. I'm really proud of especially finding balance of living alone. I'm pretty proud of myself for keeping a level head despite this unknown that I feel like I'm living. Have I ever considered getting a cat? I feel like you'd be a cat person. I've had so many people tell me that. Kind of considered, but I don't really have time for a pet, and I don't want to pay for pet rent. Do I plan on continuing to ski coach next season? Yes, schedule permitting, because I don't know what's going to happen. If I'm not in nursing school and I am free, I plan on coaching. It was a very rewarding experience. Do I want to pursue skiing as a profession, aka a pro athlete? No, I have never been on that track in ski racing. I am not good enough for that, and no, just no. I pursue it as a fun thing. I'm not done racing. Me personally, I'm gonna keep training this summer, and I see myself racing again as an athlete through the master's program. So we'll see. I feel like I haven't been in the sport long enough, and I'm not burnt out yet, and I have a lot to improve, and I'm still improving every single year. So as long as we keep that pace going, definitely want to keep competing. I'm gonna do the last couple. There's so many questions in here, and they're so good. How do I navigate the uncertainty of life after college? I just graduated and I'm feeling so lost. I have been there, girl. You are not alone. Everyone feels like that. You almost have to go through that so you can conquer that feeling and then move on and find happiness. It's not perfect. Aspects of your life will be going really well, and aspects won't be going as well. Definitely encourage you to watch the video I posted about making my life plan. I'll try to link it in the iCard. That shows a pretty clear in my head of how I dealt with these lost feelings even a year ago, trying to decide whether or not I wanted to go to nursing school. It was a lot of talking to people and talking through my ideas, and that helped me so much. I'm so lucky to have people to talk to. Just call them up, explain what's going through your mind, and then sit there and listen and just let them tell you what they think. A lot of their opinions will start to play around in your head and will allow you to build a better pro-con list. And then you just figure it out and you go with the flow, and you stay involved in things that make you happy so that you don't fall into a deep sadness. Why did I only apply to super selective nursing programs? This is probably something that a lot of people are wondering. I did so because I don't want to leave Oregon, and I want to go to a good school. I want to stay on the West Coast. I want to stay close to my family. Yeah, I could get into nursing school in Nebraska or in the middle of nowhere if I wanted to, but that's not what I want. Nursing school is one of the hardest years of your life to go through, or a couple years of your life to go through. So I want to be somewhere where I have a support system and I can feel taken care of so that I can power through that hard year and still remain sane. So that is why I am being very selective with my nursing schools. Other things are also playing into it in terms of prerequisite classes. Am I really going to take 4 more classes and spend thousands of dollars more to get into schools that have different prerequisites than the ones that I have planned for? No. What gets me mad? I don't get mad super often. I feel like I get frustrated more. I don't get angry. I feel like I get fired up more than I do mad. Like I just feel very passionate about a topic, a perspective that I have, but I'm not mad. Is it alright if your future boyfriend doesn't want to be on YouTube? 100%, totally respect it. My mom doesn't want to be on YouTube and she's not on YouTube. If you could go back to high school and change something about yourself, what would it be? I would try to tell myself that you don't have to work so hard to please others. You're never going to be able to please others and that's okay. The most important thing is to be yourself. My favorite fun fact, the first thing that came to my head is that I was in a commercial when I was like 9 years old. I was in a standard TV and appliance commercial with my friend and it ran for 8 years. How do I deal with people who think differently in a world / political views? It's so easy to get fired up when someone doesn't have the same political views as you and you feel the need to like instantly change them. But I've learned and witnessed that's not the way to get through to people. I think it's so much more effective to be calm and to have an actual conversation and listen more, even though you think your views may be right or whatever, and creating a space where people don't feel like they're wrong. That's just gonna make them hold on to their views even more. Making it more of a welcome. Here's what I think and I welcome you to change your mind. Are you dating / have anyone you are interested in? A lot of boyfriend update, tons of boyfriend update questions. I do not have a boyfriend, but I'm not dating. How do I lift myself up after feeling like a failure? That's something I've gone through probably a lot this year. My biggest advice is to first give yourself a night off. Don't get stuck in your head of just that negative self-talk. Get yourself some ice cream, watch a show, call your mom, do something to take care of yourself, and then put that energy and the frustration, channel it into creating a plan that inspires you for the next step. How do I deal with uncertainty? For me, I know myself so well that if I get so caught up in my head about dealing with all this uncertainty, all these unknowns, so many factors going into the fact that I have no idea where I'm gonna be 6 months, 9 months, 12 months from now, that's scary and it's terrifying. You can so easily ruin what living in the now has to offer for you. I have chosen the mindset that I just take all of that unknown and I put it in a little box, and I know the box is sitting here, but I don't have to deal with the box because I know that I'm taking steps that will eventually lead to me opening the box. That was kind of a weird analogy, but maybe that makes sense. And by doing that, by taking the steps, by still doing things that bring me joy, I am able to remain sane. Maybe it's a change of routine. Maybe it's putting the effort in to see a friend on a scheduled day every single week. Something has got to be done to like give you a little bit of stability in your life. Something that will kind of distract you basically from this box that is sitting there. And if you are constantly staring at the box, it's gonna weigh you down. So you've got to find a way to keep your life flowing around the box, because the box isn't gonna go away. Those are all the questions I answered today. That's probably like one of the longest Q&As. Today's question of the day is going to be, what is an update in your life? What are your plans for summer 2020? 2021. Or you can answer one of the questions that I asked you guys in today's Q&A. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy casual sit down videos like this. I have a lot of things coming up, and if you guys ever want me to talk about a topic more specifically, I'd love to do that. So just let me know down below. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Kiara Madisen. If you go comment on my recent post that you came from this video, I will go stalk your Instagram. Go do that. I love you guys so crazy much, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I will talk to you very soon.
It's all true. It's all true. I mean, you know I ain't lying, 'cause I hate wasting time. You said